Hi, okay, good evening and welcome. This is a bit more of an information video in one way, a quick demo to show the foot controls, but basically this is the first desktop system with the addition of separate foot controls. Now the handlebar units and the foot controls both unbolt from the main frames and can also go directly onto a full sit-on system or a standalone system. It's totally modular. To quickly show you, these are the foot controls, and this whole member here, just with one grub screw, that comes off and then mounts on the sit-on frame. They're angled at the moment for sitting on the couch, but this raises up and down. These tilt whichever angle you want depending on how you're sitting, and basically they're designed for barefoot, especially if you're on the couch. But if you're sitting on the stool or on the sit-on frame, then it's okay with trainers. It's just when you're on the couch it is a bit awkward. You're not sitting naturally. Your hands are good, but it's still a bit awkward with your legs, but you don't block your arms. There's still a full movement. It's just a bit different on the actual leg position. Okay, the controls themselves, basically any game thinks it's an Xbox controller, like the old wired 360s, and therefore you've got, the way I wire them up is you've got your A and your B buttons, your X and your Y. Then you've got your hand position, so you've got your left and right, up and down. You've got your analogues running on your joysticks for your steering, and then you've got analog for front brake, clutch. Rear brake is also analog on the foot controls. I just upset it there. You see I can go in and out, use it as enter, so I can fully navigate like an Xbox using the controller. Makes it handy, don't have to keep using the keyboard, which I hate. All depends what system you have as well, because if you don't have foot controls you obviously lose an analog, lose two digital switches. But basically, yeah, it functions like an Xbox controller, but obviously a lot better. So while I'm blabbering, now I've just designed in the last weeks a centering system which is spring loaded. It's not massive, they're lightweight springs, but it just stops that bit too quick movement, so you come too far. Now it's just correct, you've still got that speed, it's almost as fast as a gamepad, even though you've got a lot greater movement. You can still flick the bike really easily. So basically I'm going to do a quick go on, I think we do French Riviera. I don't get a chance to really practice on these games because I'm always testing, so I always have to do MotoGP, Ride, GP Bikes, Superbike X. So I'm not really brilliant at riding, but maybe that will show you how good the system is. People that can't ride at all, like me with a gamepad, can use this system. It just improves the whole gameplay and it makes it more fun and it feels right. All movement's natural, and I think that's the most important thing. And yes, it is counter steering, because when you're going into a right curve you're in fact pushing left on the bars, but you have to really understand counter steering to get into the argument correctly. But yeah, everything feels natural. So basically I think we'll just go on the French Riviera. So it's a bit visually a bit better. I didn't want to go there, I wanted to go quick mode. Of course, the one thing with Milestone, don't really love our loading screens. Ask me 20 times for the enter button. You only need it once. One thing I hate about this is the AI. They keep, there's something with them. they just bump into you permanently. Very frustrating. Otherwise, after my first tries at it where the controller wasn't working right, terrible, but now I love it. Love the way it says confirm, but wouldn't matter what button you press, you can only go one way. So, I'm not going to do much. I'm just going to ride around, have a bit of fun. So I'm not really going to go for it. The one thing is as well, because now I've got foot shift, I'm obviously, it's a case of I can really ride just one-handed if I want it, but it takes away the feeling. And I shouldn't talk while I'm riding because I will crash. But it does feel just so much nicer now. Whoa, told you. Okay, so there's a crash. Like I said, I really need to not talk while I am riding because it buggers me. So let's see if we can catch up with these infidels, these horrible people. Come on, let's get them. The gear shift is very light, by the way. Basically change using the toes. I hate it when they're around because you never know if they're going to knock you off. See, they just plow through. I'm actually terrible at this section, so now I need to be slower. I don't get time to really practice. And that's it. Hello, Teo. We got to swing around them. Come on, babies. So I don't press so much if I talk. Not really true. Come on. Whoa, Get on the brakes too hard. Ah. I'm not a god, I'm not infallible. I'm not worried about crashing either in a demo because this shows I'm human. It's not a robot, and this is not like pre-recorded where it's perfect. See, I've definitely got to be slower there. I've only really ridden this like 4 or 5 times, so this section is awkward to learn. And it's been with different control systems because I've been setting it up, so I haven't really got used to any one particular one. And it is, practice makes perfect. Whoa! See what I mean about those? Nearly had the word out there. Right in the bum. Typical. Milestone AA. I hate them. Anyway, I think this is bloody Mad Max. Come on. On the inside, baby. That's mischief. That's rare. It's so much easier though with the foot control. Just breaks up the movement of your hands. So it might not look like I use my rear brake much, but it's pretty fine movement because it is analog, but naturally you don't have hydraulic brakes, so it's not on pressure, so you have to have a compromise somewhere. On the sit-on system it's so much better because you actually do end up leaning against the tank. Either way, it's so much fun compared to a damn gamepad. Which is a clever device, but not for me. I'm a grandpa. I'm riding 36 years and no, 37 now. God, I'm getting old. There you go. So, a shake of the head. But basically it's fun and it works. It's just a natural feeling, so you're not getting that. You don't have to think about using the throttle and the brake and the clutch, or your shifting or your rear brake, because those are the parts of your body you use. So it works, and This system's actually flying out to Austria tomorrow. So Jack in Austria, hi to you. She's working fine. The last test after painting and reassembly. So she's working sweet. And you should have it by, I think, 16th, 17th, or with luck before then. All depends on weather, planes, God knows what else, and if they know how to read a map or a GPS. So, thank you for watching, people, and next week we get Wild Run. So there's going to be lots of videos with that one, because that is just such a blast with this system and foot controls. So, until then, have a wonderful evening, and I'll talk to you later.